Every hour the world shifts. New headlines, new challenges, new moments that define us. Let's dive into what's happening around the globe. The Trump administration have bombed Venezuela. Trump announces capture of Maduro. According to multiple outlets, President Donald Trump announced that U.S. forces bombed Venezuela in a large-scale overnight military operation and captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, along with First Lady Celia Flores. Explosions were reported around 2 a.m. in Caracas, with residents hearing low-flying aircraft and blasts near major military bases. Where the strikes hit, Venezuela's government said the U.S. struck Caracas, Miranda, Aragua, La Guaira. Colombia's president released an even longer list of impacted areas. Trump's announcement hours after the explosions, Trump confirmed, the U.S. conducted a large-scale strike. Maduro and his wife were captured and flown out of the country. The U.S. will temporarily run Venezuela until a proper transition is established. He called the operation one of the most stunning displays of American military power in history. According to Al Jazeera and LiveMint, the mission involved 150 aircraft from 20 air bases. Across the hemisphere, U.S. forces rehearsed the extraction on a replica of Maduro's safe house. Maduro reportedly surrendered without resistance. Countries reacted sharply. Colombia condemned the attack and deployed troops to its border. Cuba called it a criminal attack and state terrorism. China and France criticized the U.S. action. The UN Secretary General expressed deep concern about violations of international law. This is one of the most dramatic foreign policy moves in modern history. A U.S. bombing campaign that led to the capture of a sitting president. No matter how people feel about Maduro, this raises huge questions about international law, sovereignty, and what comes next for millions of Venezuelans. My focus is on the facts, the global reaction, and the real-world impact this will have across the region. Today, we're breaking down the lawsuit filed against Will Smith by violinist Brian King Joseph and what these allegations actually mean. According to the lawsuit, Joseph says someone entered his Las Vegas hotel room during the tour and left behind items he interpreted as a sexual threat, including wipes, a beer bottle, a stranger's hospital papers, and a handwritten note saying, "Brian, I'll be back. Just us." He says he reported the incident to hotel security, police, and Will Smith's team, and instead of being protected, he was fired from the tour days later. That's the core of his retaliation claim. Joseph also says Will Smith made comments that felt like grooming, things about having a special connection that made him uncomfortable. Now, Will Smith's attorney is denying everything, calling the claims false, baseless, and reckless. No criminal charges have been filed. This is a civil lawsuit, and nothing has been proven in court. Here's my take. These are serious allegations, and anytime someone says they felt unsafe or retaliated against, it deserves to be heard. At the same time, Will Smith has the right to defend himself, and the courts will sort out what's true. My job is to break down the facts so you can understand what's being claimed, what's being denied, and what happens next. This case is still developing, and as more details come out, we'll keep covering it with clarity and respect for everyone involved. Here's what is alleged in the North Oakland barbershop murder. Police arrested 35-year-old Wesley Broach, owner of Cuts by Wesley, a barbershop near 45th and Market in North Oakland. He is being held on a suspicion of murder, not convicted, not charged yet, while investigators continue their work. Happened around 1:30 p.m. on New Year's Day, near or directly outside the barbershop. Police have not released a motive. They have not said what led up to the shooting. This is important because it means the public does not know whether this was a dispute, a robbery, a personal conflict, or something else entirely. Nothing has been confirmed. The man killed was 30-year-old Tariq Roddy Figueroa. Family and friends described him as someone who loved nature, a gardener, a man who adored his nieces and nephews. A memorial of flowers and candles now sits where he died. A man who helps run the barbershop told reporters, he doesn't believe Broach would harm anyone. He said, Wesley didn't do anything like that. He described the shop as a solid, well-run business. This shows there's tension between the arrest and community perception. This was one of Oakland's first 2 homicides of 2026, both happening on New Year's Day. City leaders acknowledge the violence despite recent claims of crime reduction. Here's my take. This is a tragic situation all around. A young man lost his life and a community is shaken. At the same time, the man arrested, a local business owner, is presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Police haven't released a motive, and there are still major unanswered questions. My goal is to follow the facts as they come in and keep this story grounded in truth, not speculation. As more details emerge, whether from investigators, court filings, or the community, we'll continue to break it down clearly and respectfully.